will greatly affect how well you progress along your journey. Hey, unstoppable passionpreneurs, welcome to yet another session of the Lydia Amuge Mentoring Program, where I inspire, equip, and challenge you to build an income by building a business that you totally love. Oh, yes, it's possible to build a business that you are excited to go to every day. And in today's episode, I'll be talking about five crucial things that you need to know before you get started on your business journey. The truth you know will set you free. The truth you know will save you a lot of money, a lot of time, and challenges along your business journey. So let's dive deep into these five crucial things that you need to know before you get started on your business journey. Maybe you have already started and saying, Lydia, will this be valuable to me? Maybe if you have just started, don't go away from the video. Stay with me because I trust that this information here will also be valuable for you. So, the first thing that you need to know when you are getting started on your business journey is that the problem that you solve matters. The purpose of business is not to make money. Well, that's a common misconception that people have when they come into business. They are coming and they are thinking about how much money am I going to make? Will this business make me money? How much money? Yes, how much money will come out from this business? I'm not telling you to hate the money, but I'm just trying to tell you that more than the money you're coming, more than the money you're desiring, you should rather desire to solve a profitable problem for your clients. You see, the money that you get from your clients is a direct reflection of the value that you're bringing and the problem that you're solving. That means that if you solve a problem that is a big pain to your clients, you'll find that they will more likely come towards your product or service and therefore patronize it and buy it. Many times and many times I've interfaced with many people who come to me and they say, "Hey Lydia, I have 200,000 Uganda shillings. I have 1 million Uganda shillings. What kind of business can I start?" That is not the best way to approach business. Business should not be approached from the angle of, I have this amount of money. What problem? What business can I start? No, rather, you should approach business from the angle of, what problem is there in the market that needs to be solved? Because remember, every time people are giving you money, they are giving you money to help them solve a particular problem. Now, someone one time asked me, Lydia, what is the problem that cakes solve? If I'm selling cakes, cakes don't pose a problem. You'll find, for example, that while you're bringing cakes, you'll notice that in your area, no one is bringing freshly baked cakes. Probably in your area, there are many people who are selling cakes, but everyone is selling stale cakes. So you're not just coming in to sell cakes, but rather you're coming in to bring freshly baked cakes. So you find that when you come into the marketplace, your key mantra will be telling them from the oven to your table. So that means that everyone who interfaces with your product will know that your cakes are fresh every day. They are baked fresh every day. So this is a very critical thing. If you don't get the problem right, chances are high that you're going to get so many other things wrong along the business journey. Throughout this year, I've been training a group of ladies and gentlemen to start their own purpose driven businesses. And one thing I've greatly learned throughout our master classes is that every time one of these clients didn't get the problem right, they struggled along the way with the other aspects of the business. Because once you nail the problem you're solving, you'll nail many other things, such as how well you communicate to these clients, how well you brand, how well you position yourself in the market. So it's very crucial to get the problem that you are solving for your clients very well right from the start. Number two, what do you need to know? Entrepreneurship is unpredictable. If you're coming in for something that is predictable, hey, smell the coffee. You can have a clear plan that you have decided to follow, but I can assure you, many times we come with clear plans, but it's very rare that your plan will go as straight as it was set. Am I discouraging you from planning? No, I'm not discouraging you from planning, because when you have a plan, you have a sense of direction. But I'm only saying that even when you plan and things go haywire, don't get discouraged. Rather, this is the time to be flexible. One of the biggest challenges I've seen with people when they start on their business journeys, they've probably come with an idea that they are very passionate about. They've come with a product or service that they are passionate about. And so they come into the market very passionate about this idea, very passionate about this product and service. And the market tells them, communicates to them. How does the market communicate? The market will communicate in different ways. Sometimes it will communicate by not buying your product or service. So when the market communicates, listen and hear what they are saying, so that you can be able to adjust and offer them what you want, not what they want, not what you think they want. I'm a big coffee fan. So one of the programs I started with about 4 years ago was a program for leaders called Espresso for Leaders. Why? Because I love coffee. So I created a program called Espresso for Leaders, and I thought everyone else would love it because I loved it. And when I took the product to the market kept on asking me so many questions. Are you selling coffee to leaders? Where do you brew your coffee from? And I was annoyed that they were not understanding what my great product was about. What I didn't read is that they were instead not understanding what I was offering. But I was not willing to be flexible enough to adjust the name of my product because I thought it was best. So I continued in that same line with that horrible name, thinking it was the best. Yet the clients had already given me feedback, but I was not flexible. I stuck to my name because I loved it. I loved the coffee, and I thought everyone must love it. And guess what? The more I stuck to it, the fewer clients I signed up for the product. Until one time I had a eureka moment and I thought to myself, maybe this is the cause of the low uptake of this program. When I changed the program name from Espresso for Leaders to the Extraordinary Leaders Program, guess what? I had more clients signing up because now I was flexible enough to let go of my lovely name, the name that I love because I love coffee, to bring something that the clients would relate to. And guess what? That's when things changed for me. That's when I signed up more clients. That's when that particular product started booming. So think about your own situation. Do you have an idea that you're so emotionally attached to that even when the market tells you about something, you're still thinking, hey, well, they'll understand me as long as I understand you. Smell the coffee. The business is yours, but the business is not about you. Business is about solving a problem for the customer. So how it's not so much about what you think they want, it's about you giving them what they actually need. Number three, the number three thing that you need to know along this journey is that communication is crucial along the business journey. It doesn't matter how great a product or service you have, if your communication is not great, chances are high that you'll lose out on a number of clients. Now, when I talk about communication, I'm talking about communication along so many aspects. Communication with your clients, meaning how are you communicating your message with your clients? It's not just about putting words together. Hey guys, I'm selling cakes. Hey guys, I'm selling shoes. Hey guys, I'm selling training and coaching. No, you must communicate in a manner that is persuasive enough that actually speaks to the emotions of your clients. Remember, many times people think that buying is a logical decision. Buying is not a logical decision. Buying is an emotional decision. That means that if buying is an emotional decision, you must master the art of communicating persuasively in a manner that speaks to the heart of the clients. a few days ago, I was having a session with some of the members of the mastery program that I'm running. And then one of them said, you know, the time I said to me, Lydia, the time I started communicating to the client's needs, I noticed that the client started responding to me. And then she continued to say that before, when I was communicating what I thought they wanted to hear, I received few responses. So communication, the way you communicate to your clients is very crucial. Beyond that, you also need to know how do you communicate with your partners, okay? You will have business partners who you're working directly with, but you'll also have external partners whom you're working with, probably that you want to partner with. It's very important for you to learn how to communicate with people. So, just in case you're there and saying, well, me, I have a good product or service, but I don't like to communicate, smell the coffee. Communication is a very crucial skill. And just in case you're there and wondering, Lydia, I'm a very poor communicator. These days we have so many options that you can pick on to learn about how to become a better communicator. There is this popular book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's a very good book, very easy to read, that can help you to learn how to actually communicate powerfully and persuasively. So don't just throw it away and say, well, as long as I have a good product or service, smell the coffee. Your good product or service will stay on your shelves if you can't communicate well. So just in case you're here, I want you to encourage you to rate your communication skills on a scale of 0 to 10. Now, rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10. How are my sales skills? How are my negotiation skills? How well am I communicating with my clients? And then notice where the gaps are, and then find a solution for those gaps. These days, there are so many ways in which you can fill up those gaps. There's so many YouTube videos that you can watch on becoming a better communicator. There is no reason why you should be a bad communicator with the immense resources that we have across the different social media platforms. I trust that if you do it, if you do this assessment and find your gaps and start practicing, you can get better. You know, communication is actually a skill. So because it's a skill, it means that anyone can learn it over time as long as you are intentional about communication. Number 4, your mindset is crucial for your success along the business journey. You know, many times when we come into this journey, we are very excited. I've met so many people who are so excited, and in the first month, you can read the excitement on their faces. You can read the fire and enthusiasm on their faces. 1 week later, the same face has fallen, and you're wondering what's happened. Where did the joy and enthusiasm go? And then you'll hear someone will tell you, Lydia, things are not working out. Your mindset is very crucial for success along this journey. You need to train your mindset to reframe problems. Okay? When you encounter challenges along your business journey, you need to learn how to reframe them. Because the truth is that challenges are going to bombard you from east, west, south, north. Am I trying to scare you? No, I'm not scaring you about the business journey. I'm just helping you to prepare your mind so that you know what there are challenges along this journey, and therefore I must set up my mind to face these challenges as they come. And you know what? They'll never prepare you for their coming. They come like a thief in the night. Well, some of them could be because you have not put precautions that you need to put, and so they'll come like a thief in the night. But there are also challenges that will probably come because you have not done certain things. But when these challenges come, what will matter most is your mindset. And one of the things that is very crucial for mindset development is keeping yourself around positive minded people. You need to be able to look at your circle of friends right now and ask yourself, this circle of friends, are they contributing to my positive mindset, or are they contributing to my negative mindset? If your friends are always complaining about how the economy is bad, how business is tough, how life is tough, guess what? That's the same way you're going to think. You're going to think about how the economy is hard. So when you go for a negotiation and someone is negotiating you down, you'll just say, oh, anyway, the economy is bad. Why? Because you have surrounded yourself. You've kept yourself around people who are always saying the economy is bad. What about the economy is working in my favor? Just think about it. If you are continually professing to yourself that the economy is working in my favor, when you go to negotiate that deal with a client, you're not going to negotiate from the point of the economy is bad. You're going to negotiate from the point of the economy is working for my favor. And therefore, that means that you will negotiate more powerfully. But beyond that, there are going to be times when you expect money, when you expect to close deals, when you expect things to turn out a particular way and they go haywire. Now, I remember last weekend, I graduated a cohort from our Passion to Profit Mastery program. And one of the participants shared how they were shocked and surprised by, by their friends and relatives. You know, when we start business with the assumption that our friends and relatives will be the first ones to support us, to buy our product and to buy our service. So she came back to me and was crying and saying, Lydia, I was shocked that the people I thought were going to pay me were the people who are saying, now you see, why should we pay us? We are your relatives, us, we are your sisters, we are your brothers, we are your cousins. So she was shocked by that fact because as she was calculating the people who are going to pay, she had already counted some of her very good friends and relatives. Unfortunately, it was not these people who paid, it was other people who paid. So it is very easy for one to feel just discouraged at that point and think that maybe this thing will not work. No, business actually works all the time. I tell people that business works all the time. There is no time when business is not working. Lydia, are you sure? Yes, there is no time when business is not working. There are times when it will work and you will be able to make the money, and there are times when it will not necessarily be working for the money, it will not necessarily be working in a manner that the money is coming out, but it will be working on you. So there are times when the business works and money is earned, and there are times when the business is actually working on you, meaning that you're not making the money, but you're growing your tenacity. For example, you go try to meet over 10 potential clients for sales, and all of them say no. At that point, you may say the business is not working, but the truth is that at that point, it's working on you. Because if you do a very good evaluation, you will notice that your negotiation at client 1 was different from your negotiation at client 10. They could all have said no to you, but you have trained your tenacious muscle to be able to stick through even when the times are tough. So business always works, but for it to work, a great mindset, a positive mindset, a resilient mindset is important. You will need the tenacity of a bulldog if you are going to enjoy the business grounds. It's a non-negotiable. It's not, will I need a positive mindset? It's a non-negotiable for you to be able to thrive on the business streets. And finally, number 5, what do you need to know? The customer is not always right, but the customer is king. There is this common, common saying that the customer is always right. I want to challenge you today and say that the customer is not always right, but the customer is king. You see, when you start business, you're going to find that there are certain things that you will start doing that the customer is not necessarily pleased with. Maybe it could be your systems, maybe it could be your methodology of doing work. The temptation here is to get irritated and say, well, you think you're the only one I can serve, there are so many, and then discard the customer and say, well, you can go, another one will come to me. I've seen that common practice, particularly among people who are getting started on business. They say, well, you can go, I'll find another one. Smell the coffee. The customer is not always right, it's not true that the customer is always right. There are times when the customer is actually wrong, totally wrong. Sometimes they're 100% wrong about what they're saying or how they're approaching the matter. Okay? But what is important is that even during the times when they are wrong, it's important to treat them as a king. I come from Uganda, a part of the world where we still have kingdoms. And if you come and see the way people treat the kings in the kingdoms, even when the king has made a wrong decision that would totally collapse the kingdom or make the kingdom go in an unpleasant direction, you will not find the subjects of the king shouting at him or telling him about his mistake in a manner that is unpleasant. Even if they have to tell the king about something that is unpleasant, the king has advisors who will talk to him in a very respectful manner, and the king will understand. So when you come to business with that mindset that even when the customer is wrong, I must focus on making sure that I communicate to them in a manner that preserves the relationship. Then you will stay in business long. Imagine with me, you get annoyed with client one, you shove them away. You get annoyed with client four, you shove them away. You get annoyed with client six, you shove them away. Who will you stay with? Right now, the marketplace is so competitive. And because it's competitive, it's very crucial that when you get a client, you maintain them as well as possible. I always tell my clients in the Passion to Profit Mastery program that the purpose of a sale is not to make money. The purpose of a sale is to create a client for life. So the moment you have a client, when you start business, the moment you have a client, you want them to love your product more and more. It is a lot cheaper to upsell an older client than to try to get a new client. So you find that if you're not maintaining your clients well, you're going to have high client acquisition costs. And guess what? That therefore reduces on your profitability. Yeah. Why do you think companies like Apple are really enjoying market share? They're enjoying market share because they strive as much as possible to satisfy their clients all the time. Recently, iPhone 16 was released and the shops were already full. Clients raving for their product, raving for the product. They already wanted it. Why? Because as much as possible, they're not just trying to satisfy the client's needs, but to exceed the client's expectations. So think about those five crucial points. It's important that you solve the right problem. You keep in mind that entrepreneurship is unpredictable, and so you must keep your mind flexible. It's important that you communicate greatly. It's important that you keep your mindset positive. And finally, it's important that you give your client service that exceeds their expectations. Now, knowing these five things is very important. But what is more important than knowing these five things is executing these five things. Yeah? Execution wins perfection every single day. So just in case you're there and saying, well, Lydia, I like those points. I like each of them. And you've really given us great points today. It's not how great the points are that matters. What matters is how well you execute these points. So I would like to know in the comment section, pick at least two of these five points that you're going to start executing today. Today, not tomorrow. Write down, get down your business journal and write down, I'm going to work on these two particular things so that I can have a great business journey. Yes, execution beats perfection all the time. Don't wait for all the birds to align and say, whoo, now it's time for me to start executing. That day may never come. God may call you home before you execute those brilliant ideas. Yes, the grave is one of the richest places because so many people die with so many beautiful ideas in their lives. However, that is not going to be your portion. I know you are going to start executing. Now, if you have loved this video, I've personally enjoyed my time with you this evening. If you have loved this video, why don't you subscribe and be a part of this unstoppable family? Yes, in this family, we are unstoppable. We don't allow anything to stop us. We don't allow excuses to stop us. We don't allow our fears to stop us. We don't allow our naysayers to stop us. We don't allow the challenges of life to stop us. We are unstoppable. So just click the subscribe button so that you don't miss the next episode. I'm here every Tuesday to inspire, equip, and challenge you to build a business that you totally love. Oh, yes, it's possible to build a business that you are excited to go to every single day. See you next Tuesday for yet another inspiring episode of The Lamb.